video camera can't see what she's saying. She says real quietly, and she was just like inches away from me. She says, I need blood. And I had no idea what she was talking about. And I said, well, sweetheart, I'm not a doctor. I'm a pastor. She said, I'm not your sweetheart, and I'm not anemic. And I said, well, I don't understand. If you're not anemic, why do you need blood? She said, 'cause I'm addicted. And I'll never forget, her face was 15 inches from mine. And I just said, you drink blood? She said, yeah. Ever heard of a vampire? And suddenly I thought, I don't know if she's messing with me, but I am done with this interview. I knocked on the glass. I said, I'm done here. And they were laughing and they let me out. And I said,
here we go again with these vampires, y'all. I told you. It's real as all get out. It is real in these streets. It is real.
dare you put me in there with the vampire? They said, you volunteered. I said, I didn't know she's a vampire. They said, well, why do you think we have her separated from the population? I said, because she tried to kill her mama. And they said, all those kids have done that kind of thing. We had to separate her because she was preying on the other cellmates. And I just thought, you know what? I need to go get a job on a ranch somewhere. And of course, we're in Northern California. I'd grown up in Southern Idaho on a ranch. And I was supposed to go in and visit with the kids. I just thought, you know what? I'm done for today.
Time for an early lunch.
Yeah. So I went home and Cheryl said, what are you doing home? I said, this is a wild one. You're never going to believe this. They put me in a cage with a 14-year-old vampire. And my wife said, poor thing. And I said, yeah, but I'm okay. She said, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about her. And I said, I was almost the victim. She's the vampire. And my wife said, well, Dave, think about it. She's 14 years old and she's addicted to human blood. What kind of a life is that? And I love my wife, Cheryl. She's one of the most compassionate people I've ever known. But at the time, I just said, this is totally ridiculous. I am done doing this. This is way out of my league.